Today I'm going to have a look at a graphic novel that I recently purchased to teach to students. It's called Minecraft Stories from the Overworld. Now, as you're probably aware, the Minecraft game has become pretty ubiquitous with young children in today's world. They seem to play it as much as possible. They're very familiar with the world. Right, so let's have a look. Here's the cover of it, which depicts a scene within the game world. Another illustration. Alright, it's by Dark Horse Comics, which is a pretty famous comic company. Alright, I believe there's 96 pages in this graphic novel, and you get a whole bunch of different short stories. So I've only read one of them actually, Griefer, which is the one I used in class. So we'll have a look at that in detail. Alright, this is the sort of cover image for that story. So when we looked at this in class, I would ask students to try and predict what the story is going to be about, what's going to happen in the story. All right, is there any foreshadowing here to be seen? All right, first page, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look at it. We might have a read through it. Yep, this is the life. That first awful night in this place. I never dreamed I'd end up here. All the hours, the resources, the hard work, they paid off. And now? Huh? Lava? But how? And we'd explain to students that this is a profanity here. Griefers, why would you do this? Why? Because it's what I'm good at. You're good at building stuff. I'm good at tearing it down. You don't have to like it, but you've got to slurp, respect it. Almost 1 a.m. I've got time for one more before I need to get to bed. Nothing too fancy, but this'll do nicely. All right, and again, I would get students to try and predict what's going to happen next. Should be pretty obvious from the character's portrayal so far. What kind of moron builds their house out of wood? Oh, I've got company. Don't worry, I won't stay long. Alright, and we get a very violent scene here, which is kind of a topic of discussion in relation to this story. So she slashes her with the sword, she cries out in pain. Too easy. Lays dynamite down, or TNT as it's called in the game. There will be consequences. Huh? You talking to me? What do you think? You killed the only other person here. Burn this house, and there will be consequences. 1, she'll respawn. So no, I don't feel bad. 2, there won't be consequences. I'm not some noob. I know how to cover my tracks. Consequences. In both worlds. What do you mean, both? He's gone. What the heck? That dude was creepy. But if he's trying to psych me out, it's not going to work. Festive. And now to bed. Yawn. Gasp. Alright, so she's shocked to see a similar scene to what she's been having happen in the game, happening in real life. Alright, now we see her parents, who seem to be somewhat derelict in their duty as parents. We don't know how old this girl is, but we can hazard a guess that she's not too old from the way they speak to her. Normally I'd be angry you were up so late, but thank God you were. No, nobody lives there, right? Nah, it's been vacant for years, but if you hadn't seen the flames, if the wind had shifted the wrong way, we'd be toast. You're a hero, Natalie. If I'm a hero, why do I feel so guilty? I'm a griefer, but I'd never burn down a real house in the real... Oh my God, is that? And she sees the persona from the game. There's someone in there. What? Where? I don't see anything. It's okay, sweetheart. No one's there. Your mind's playing tricks. Whimper, he was there. I know he was. He said there'd be consequences in both worlds. Dad thinks I'm a hero, but this is all my fault. I never should have lit that match. What am I going to do now? Sigh, some people I'll never understand. Um, excuse me? Oh, great. Are you here to kill me again? Sorry about that. Really. I came back because I want to make it right. If you'll let me. Alright, we're going to need some wood. Have you thought about building out of some other material? Or like building your house underground? Underground? Really? Yes, it'll be so cool. And grief proof, more or less. Did you hear that? I heard something, but there's no one there. All right, and that's the end of the story, a nice little short story. I thought it was a really good, clever story, a great way to teach children about ethics, about how whether committing violent acts in a virtual world is ethically correct. So as a teacher from there's a few things you could do. You could have students look at a persuasive writing, talking about the ethics of video games, talking about whether violence is ever a good activity to participate in, or you could do a story that links what happens in a virtual world to the real world. All right, I'll just have a quick flick through the rest. So there are many other stories in here that I actually haven't read yet, but I'm sure children would be engaged by them. The artwork's quite nice. Very different art styles in each story. I'll probably have a look through these at some stage. This one looks quite nice, quite the blocky graphics, very in keeping with the game. I'll have a look through these stories and see what I can get out of them from a teaching context. Now, the other good thing about this graphic novel is it represents very good value if you're interested in purchasing it. So at Comixology, it's on sale at the moment. It was on sale when I bought it, $2.49. So it's usually $8.99. So for 96 pages of story, I think it's 96 pages if we go to the info, 86 pages, sorry, 86 pages of story. It's not bad, and you can see there are other Minecraft comics you can purchase, which I don't have yet, but are also quite cheap, and I might look into that. There's even a free one you can get, a sampler, if you create an account on Comixology. So for this one, Minecraft Stories from the Overworld, I do recommend it quite highly for teachers, and definitely for children as well, who will enjoy the story and be able to relate to it.